are culture, we are creative, and we are artists. If you love culture, which I do believe you do, you are in the right place and you chose the right faculty. If you have a creative mind, which I believe you do, you chose the right faculty and you are in the very right place. And if you are an artist, which I believe you do, you chose the right faculty and you are at the right place. This is where culture is experienced, creativity is developed, and artistic endeavors are nurtured in each and every one of our students. Our mission is to develop both scholarship and creativity that range from cultural industries to the creative industries with innovation and inquiry-based learning that creates knowledge and fosters the positive transformation of all people in the Caribbean to make the change in the wider world.
Whether you would like to pursue a career in teaching or performing dance, whether you want to choreograph for the stage or screen, follow your dancing dreams at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus.
Whether you're a ballerina or a b-girl, whether you prefer soca or samba, the dance program in the Faculty of Culture, Creative, and Performing Arts will help you master your technique and develop your artistry.
Find your voice through improvisation and choreography courses, explore the history of pioneering Caribbean dance artists, and learn to articulate your place in the global dance community.
We look forward to welcoming you to the Faculty of Culture, Creative, and Performing Arts. We're excited to help you jumpstart your dreams. Come dance with us.
I'm Lisa Amanda Cumberbatch, lecturer in theatre arts here in the Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill. Theatre is magic. Theatre is lights and sound, set, costume, scenery, visual imagery, but it's also the work of performers. And we take training in all departments of theatre here very seriously at the Arrowbarra Center for the Creative Imagination at University of the West Indies. What you have before you here is a level 3 theatre ensemble class, pre-professional practice, where students get to interact with every single department of theatre practice. Each student has an opportunity to design a set, to rehearse a role, to make costumes, to give some thought about the vision of the piece. And we hope that the kind of student that we create out of these sorts of exercises will go on to serve the Caribbean and to serve the Caribbean aesthetic proudly in their future roles as arts practitioners. Join us.
Hi, my name is Russell Watson. I'm an artist and filmmaker, and I am a lecturer in film at the University of West Indies Cave Hill campus. The program at Cave Hill is really diverse. It covers the theoretical and historical framework of the art form, and it allows you to develop all of the skills that you will need to be a valued team member on a professional film set. Most of all, the film program at Cave Hill gives you the time and the support to develop your own film ideas and to actually produce films under the guidance of professionals who are active in the industry. Being a student in the program means that you are guided and supported from writing your first treatment and synopsis to finalizing your screenplay through pre-production planning, production activity, and finally, screening your film to the public.
As the coordinator for the MA in Creative Arts, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you some of our key tracks in the arts. Firstly, arts education. Secondly, studio arts, which encompasses dance, theater, as well as motion picture arts, and of course, arts entrepreneur. I'll talk a little bit about arts education, because this is my area, my actual strength. So arts education is specially designed for teachers in the secondary school system, and in fact, some primary school teachers have also come, to help them to understand the role of the arts in education as a whole. So we do courses in curriculum design, we do courses in learning for the arts, we do courses in critical pedagogy. In addition, students also have an opportunity to work collaboratively on a creative project or individually. With the studio arts, as I said, we have 3 tracks. Generally, we haven't had a lot of students do motion pictures, but we do have 2 of the most amazing film lecturers, Mr. Andrew Millington, who is also our head of department and our deputy dean, and we also have Russell Watson. So we want to encourage you to try the motion pictures arts. Dance. Now, dance, unfortunately, is, I have to be a little bit biased here. Even though I don't dance, I love the dance because we have 2 amazing dance lecturers. We also have theater, and in theater we do things like directing, screenwriting, community arts. With the arts entrepreneur, and this of course is a very popular track, many young people want to do their own businesses, want to, even artists want to be able to market their work, who want to be able to figure out how to sell their product, not just locally and regionally, but internationally. And so our arts entrepreneur course is especially designed so you can do things like arts management, arts entrepreneurship, and all of these tracks have a number of courses in common.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Beadle, and I recently completed a course of study at the UWI Cave Hill campus. I did a master's in creative arts at the EBCCI, and I had an amazing experience for the almost year that I was in Barbados. As a foreigner living in Barbados, I had a fabulous time there for the time I was there. There are 2 things that I would like to highlight though. One would be that I made some really good friends. My classmates and I became very close. I was very supported by them, and we remain very good friends to this day. But the main thing I want to talk about is a culture of lecturers who want you to do well. That was such a great support for me, and it helped me to do well in my studies. So even when COVID hit, I felt completely supported and able to complete my studies successfully. Completing this course of studies has also raised my professional profile significantly, and I was able to start a new job in a new institution as soon as I came home. I readily recommend doing a course of study at EBCCI. I had a great time, and so will you.
Good day. My name is Danico Colbartendale, and I am a student here in the dance program at the University of the West Indies in the Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts. I would say that my time here at the university in this dance program has been one of fulfillment. I feel as though me as well as my classmates have been growing a lot. We have found a program that really caters to who we want to be and how we see ourselves as artists, and has really put us in a place where we can further develop our craft, and I think that that is important. With regards to the university on a whole, I really feel like the university, and university in general, but my experience here at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill has been one of entertainment. I have met new people. I have people who I have been to school with in secondary school. I have now rekindled those friendships. I feel as though it is a place where it has shaped me into the individual that I am currently. And even though I'm not even nearly finished, I believe that this place right now is the foundation for upcoming artists, upcoming people who want to do stuff such as business, accounts, law, anything. And I really feel as though this is the place to own and bond those friendships, have networking, connect with people, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Rita Gay, and I'm a PhD candidate at the UWI Cave Hill campus, and I'm pursuing a degree in Cultural Studies at the new Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts. Before the formation of the new faculty, I completed my undergraduate degree in creative arts at the Barbados Center for the Creative Imagination. And it was there where I nurtured my skills and curiosities in film, theater, storytelling, and critical thinking. And after graduating, I continued my journey of creating award-winning films and stories at the national level. And I also continue to serve and contribute to the filmmaking community in Barbados. In cultural studies, we often speak about signs, symbols, and meanings. And when I thought about what it meant to pursue a PhD, I imagined it was for persons with long white beards tucked away in dens full of books, or someone in a lab coat experimenting with various organisms. However, while I was perusing the Cave Hill campus website and I was reading the various courses and program descriptions, I found a space where my interests in popular culture, movies, and Caribbean culture belonged. Of course, there are moments where I am deep in books and articles, reading various theories related to cultural studies. But what I appreciate about this program is the opportunities to see the words off the page and in practical scenarios. So far, we've been able to participate in exciting cultural festivals, observed sacred, spiritual, and religious ceremonies, share conkeys and pone in the student lounge as we discuss popular culture. Other things we were able to do is to create our own calypso or bashment soca song after delving into the theory and development of Caribbean music. There's so much that I was able to do practically as I read the theoretical component of things, and that was absolutely one of the best parts for me about doing this degree. So far, the program has been doing its job in encouraging me to interrogate my various ideas, ways of thinking, and outlook on life, which I think overall has made me a stronger filmmaker, storyteller, and creative. Now, when I think of PhDs, in addition to the thick books and lab coats, I think about my colleagues, the musician who is researching religion and identity. I think of the spoken word artist who's passionate about educational reform and the arts. I think about the basket weaver who's researching local herbs, plants, and bush teas. I think about the dancer who's investigating masculinity and the performing arts. There are now so many faces to a PhD and so many interests as well. Cultural studies has provided a space where we can examine from the most politically dynamic social structures to the most ordinary cultural practices. And I'm so excited to be a part of this new faculty of culture, creative, and performing arts, and to see where my journey will take me to next.
My name is Hugh. I am a lecturer in cultural studies at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus. And I specialize in a range of things, but primarily the religious and performance cultures of the African diaspora. I spend quite a bit of time in Cuba and Haiti and Jamaica, Suriname, looking at the intersections of aesthetics and performance as it relates to sacred systems, faith systems of which our ancestors carried over through the Middle Passage and honed in this part of the Americas, in the Caribbean in particular. And so my first degree was in comparative religion, and then I went on to anthropology and performance studies. And then for my doctorate, it really brought those various worlds together. And outside of the academy, I've always maintained a creative practice as a dancer, choreographer, performer. So the creative part of my being have always been in relation to the academic part. Sometimes not as balanced as I would want it, but trying to work towards bringing that synergy together.
Welcome to everyone. I am speaking to you very briefly this morning. I just wanted to welcome you to the Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts. My name is Aaron Kamgisha. I'm a professor of cultural studies and I head the Department of Cultural Studies. In the Cultural Studies program, we have mainly throughout our existence been a graduate program. We offer MA, MPhil, PhD courses. We also, however, newly from this year, offer a BA in Caribbean Studies, and we also offer, which has been running for a number of years now, a minor in Cultural Studies. In our courses, we teach a range of very exciting material. We teach courses on Caribbean thought, on Caribbean popular culture, on African diaspora, social, political thought, culture, religion, a whole range of courses on the Caribbean and the African diaspora experience are some of the things that you come to terms with when you take courses within the Department of Cultural Studies. You'll learn a number of things about the Caribbean. You learn about the social, political, and cultural structures that have come to constitute Caribbean existence. You'll learn about the grand ideological themes of the Caribbean, things like colonialism, anti-colonialism, nationalism, globalization, neocolonialism, all of these kinds of things. You'll get greater perspectives on the burning social questions that the region faces, questions such as marginalization and poverty. And of course, you will get a great deal of ability to learn how to analyze Caribbean cultural texts, performance, and what they mean for transformations in Caribbean citizenship, our understanding of our identities, and our meaning and place in the world. So I welcome you to the FCCPA, and I look forward to seeing you in some of the courses offered by the Department of Cultural Studies in due course.
Welcome. And following Dina Combo's lead, notice what I have up. We are culture, we are creative, we are artists. This is the Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts. And here we go. I'm going to give you a mini lecture. So question of, is there such a thing as universal culture? Or can someone know culture? Those are statements we use in the everyday. I question the concept of universal because universal seems to imply that we all share, or we have one shared concept of culture, and it isn't that way at all. Because even in our minds, we think of high culture and high brown culture. We think some aesthetics are better than the others. We look at the form, we look at the content. We talk about, the low culture or the mass culture, but these are various ways of intervening in the constructs of culture. So is there such a thing as low culture? It's a construct, so is mass culture. Scholars would say that when we're saying of the mass, there are a set of individuals who want to make money and they hunt to find the masses. Popular culture is another construct. Subculture is now fascinating my students in the second year. We're looking at subculture. I have artists, I have fashion designers, and they're being drawn to what we call the rude boy culture of Jamaica, which made its way into the United Kingdom, especially after the Second World War, and had a space of times of existing, especially just after the 1950s, 1960s, definitely the changes of fashion and fashion as resistance came about. And then recently in the 21st century, the top of the 21st century, there's an entire exhibition looking at these rude boy cultures. So think of the hats and the belts and the chains and the jackets, etc. So I want us to think about when we say we culture or them culture or no culture or who culture, we tend to use these words interchangeably. I'm giving you examples. I hope everyone has seen Avatar, which was, for me, from a historian's point of view, is really a colonial story over again of out comes a new universe into another universe. It finds the other universe, it thinks it's beautiful, and then through its developments and its strategies, it transforms this universe. If we think in Avatar with the blue people and the trees that were the spirits, etc. Crazy Rich Asians is interesting because it allowed us to see individuals and ethnic groups you wouldn't normally see as the main characters in a film. So a different way of looking at film culture. Black Klansman to me is one of the most intriguing films I've ever seen. It's showing now, I believe, on Netflix and HBO. Take a look at it, and everyone hopefully knows Black Panther. You create another universe, and then you research really well and bring in several different cultures to create another culture. So this question of what is universal, what is interesting about Black Panther is that it broke the records for viewership around the world. So would we think that Black Panther is an aspect of universal culture because individuals from all over the world went to see it? There are several examples of that. We don't know. I just want you to think through what then would be culture. Thank you very much.